Doug Karsch, Scott Anderson, 97.1, open lines, 248-539-9797. College basketball over the weekend. Michigan State annihilated Maryland. Michigan pulled teeth a little bit. It was a bit of a struggle, but beat Ohio State by double digits when it was all said and done. Both of these teams have taken turns looking unbeatable this year in college basketball. Michigan and Michigan State. And they've set the bar so high that, I think scrutiny comes in when you only win by 12, like Michigan did over Ohio State, or only beat Indiana by 10. 14, I guess they beat them by. But since their loss to Wisconsin, they have 4 straight double-digit wins, and I think Michigan fans are looking at them like, what's wrong? Because they haven't looked like the team that, let's face it, they were beating people by 40. Now State is beating people by 40. And going into a week where they will finish the week playing one another in East Lansing for the first time this year. Nebraska, by the way, remains atop the Big Ten standings at 9-0, 20-0 on the season. They are in Ann Arbor tomorrow night. It is quite a week for Michigan basketball. They retired Trey Burke's number on Saturday in a nice ceremony at the Chrysler Center. So ultimately, it's a good time. Long season. I hope they're both playing their best come March. Hope that the fans get the most out of a postseason run. For Final Four this year is in Indianapolis, which is always accessible to Michigan and Michigan State fans.
This is true.
So I recommend you make your reservations early. If anybody's looked, downtown Indianapolis, not a cheap place to stay during the Final Four.
No, not so much.
As one might imagine. But the earlier you plan, better chances you have of getting a good spot down there on the perimeter. Unless you're rolling in it, man. If you're a rich dude, have at it. Because Indy's is a fun town, man. Indy is a very fun town. But both Wolverine and Spartans, shot to get there. They play Friday night. 248-539-9797. Nick in Shelby Township, you're next. Hello, Nick.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, Nick.
Okay.
So we're talking about all this crazy stuff. I don't know if you guys ever heard of free diving. So this one guy, I don't know, he took like pictures with him and his dog. He's like one of the best in the world. Well, he did a free dive somewhere in Austria, I forget, off a cliff, and I guess he screwed up, missed where it's supposed to go, and he hit a mountain and he died. And I just can't watch.
Well, when you say free dive, what do you mean? Because free diving is actually I thought that was a water thing where you just you dive and try to swim as far down as you can.
No, so you can do skydiving where you're jumping off airplanes, but this is free diving, so they dive off these mountains, and basically then they have like webbing where it looks like they're like Spider-Man, like it opens them up. Like
like the flying bat suits. Yeah. And this guy was like, the best in the world. It's crazy, but like it's just, to me, you're playing Russian roulette. Like, yes. You can't screw up. Like I can't watch things like that. It's just mind-boggling to me. Like you're just gambling with your life. It's just.
Well, let me put it to you like this. I don't know if we saw the same thing. I saw one of these wingsuit dudes smack into the side of a bridge, and that was it. That's all I needed to see. I don't need to see any more of these thrill seekers do their thing. It just when I didn't have any idea that he was gonna. I was watching all the hype and the build up and him and his boys and all the bravado, and then smack into the side of the bridge. And I'm like, well, that didn't end well, and I wish I didn't see that. So.
No, exactly. My point exactly. So, real quick, I'm just going to change the subject real quick about the Pistons. Is there any? I'm hearing a lot of rumblings that we got a major interest in Michael Porter Jr. Mm-hmm. I think we need a number 2 scorer. I think it's very important because when you get in the playoffs, this is why I'm bringing up is Duncan Robinson is not going to be playing for you in the fourth quarter unless he's making threes. He's a liability. And like I watched, I think what game did we lose? Was it Thursday or Friday we lost at home?
Houston.
To Houston. And like he was just not shooting well. Cunningham didn't really have a good game. I'm glad he finally came out of his funk. But that's the problem. You're going to have Cunningham's going to be double teamed. We need somebody that can create their own shot and be able to shoot threes
And I don't think other than Cunningham, we don't have anybody like that right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, all that you said is true, and yet I feel like the Pistons, like they always do when they're good, they do it unconventionally. They do it different than everybody else does. You know, I'm closely watching Jaden Ivey to hope that he can either A, develop into being some of that guy for Detroit the way he looked like he might be at the beginning of last year, or B, play well enough that he is the centerpiece that's sold to another fan base that's coming back for a player like Michael Porter Jr. And Jaden Ivey had a good game against Sacramento yesterday, which was good to see, and shot the ball well from the perimeter. And if he's not going to get the chance here in Detroit, again, make yourself as attractive as you can be to another organization to trade for you. And that, you know, I love this group.
That's pretty much my point as well.
Yeah, I love this group, but it feels like any trade to get a player like Michael Porter Jr., it's Tobias and Ivy or Holland. And, you know, I love the dog that Holland has in him. Like, he is a tough SOB.
Agreed.
Plays so hard on both ends of the floor, scraping the surface of what he can be. And I think Ivy can be exceptionally good. It's just been a slow comeback from the injury, and I haven't given up on him as a player for the Pistons. And if they don't trade him, you know, I think that there's a chance that they will be happy that they didn't trade him. I still think there's that chance. At the end of the day, though, if you can get Michael Porter for Tobias and Jaden Ivey, I'd do it. And a draft pick.
I agree. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, the other name that's being bandied about the last week or so is Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yep.
Is Memphis interested in moving him? And obviously it would provide another element to the game, because not only is it a guy that he can't hit three-point shots. I mean, he's not a high-volume three-point shooter, but he does knock them down. But the idea of having him on the front line with Jalen Duren, this guy's just protecting the rim, swatting everything away.
Yep.
I mean, that block that Duren had in the game yesterday, such a highlight block. Somebody coming into Duncan, he's like, yeah, not up in here. The thought that they could have another guy like that is intoxicating, but it comes with a price. You know, you're not – I don't think we're going to come out of this trade deadline and see the Pistons get someone like a Michael Porter Jr. or get someone like a Jaren Jackson Jr. without saying, ooh, well, they did give up something.
It's got to hurt, right?
Yeah.
It's got to hurt. And I mean, if you make a trade and it doesn't hurt, you're like, wow.
But what helps is that throughout this season, through the 44 games they played or whatever, we've seen them use the entire roster. Like, everybody is contributing in some way. Guys coming off the bench are, yeah, no problem. You need me to score 10 points? I got you. Need me to play lockdown defense? I got you. These guys are doing what's asked of them, and it's a sign of what a great team is.
248-539-9797. Phone calls, feedback. Karsch and Anderson. You want to keep talking Pistons? Because, hey, they're in the midst of discovery and trying to figure out who's available on the trade market, investigating that and seeing, you know, what cards they have that other teams may want. Same thing with the Red Wings. And now there's news today that Simon Edmonton's going to be out for a while. Is that correct?
Yes. He's going to miss the next 5 games, which goes into the Olympic break. It seems like, based on what reporting is, that they just want to be cautious with this, and knowing that they've got all that time off, the 2.5 weeks off during the Olympic break, that why not? Why not take advantage of it, get it started early? Red Wings are playing really well, and it's 5 games to be playing without your number 2 defenseman, but hopefully they can withstand that.
Yeah, I mean, they've got huge decisions to make too, and it's an exciting time, and our team should be right in the midst of it. If you had to bet, who do you think is going to be more aggressive, the Pistons or the Red Wings?
Red Wings.
I agree. I don't know if we have much of a debate there.
I think because of what happened last year, the reluctance to make the painful move.
Yzerman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of the fallout afterwards, the way that the team reacted, the way that Yzerman had to react afterwards when he was asked about, Dylan Larkin and his comments, I think everybody had to get on the same page in the offseason. They did. And they went out and made some moves in the offseason to trade for John Gibson, which now looks like a brilliant trade.
Sure does.
And to acquire James Van Riemsdyk. And these were good moves, and moves that have launched them into one of the best teams in hockey. There's still not a full belief from some national people. I saw The Athletic had not a poll, but a power ranking. I think the Red Wings were like 6th or 7th in the power ranking. And I think people are still reluctant to buy in what they're seeing because they know what's happened the last 3 years in March. And we know locally people are reluctant to totally buy in because of what's happened the last 3 years in March. But I just feel like this is a different year, different team, and the time is right for them to go ahead and make the deals necessary to strengthen this team and improve this team. You can add a forward that's going to be able to fit into one of these 4 lines, be an upgrade, and you can find a defenseman to do the same thing.
All right, it was a new trend. Is it the beginning of the end of that trend? We will get to that today at 12:48 here on Karsch and Anderson on 97.1.